individually, how does the journey getting into music start for you? Let's start with you, Leah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I was raised in church. My dad is a pastor. I've played keys and organ growing up, and and so that kind of started my journey. I started singing, though I was shy when I first started, but my mom just kept pushing me up there, and I just loved music, and I started writing songs, my own songs, at 12 years old, and I just kept going ever since. And so it's been a blessing. I've had chances to sing with different groups and choirs, and just kind of grow my
Nice.
skills, and so that's been a great journey for me, and just developing a heart for God through all of that since a young age. So that's
Ama-
really my story
yeah,
in a
amazing.
short little minute.
Yeah. Dre?
Same thing, church raised and basically born in the church, but my dad's a musician. A lot of people in my family are singers, musicians, preachers, and so I just grew up around music and good singing, and most of it was gospel. Listening to like artists like Rent Allen and Commissioned, and the Clark sisters, and then some of the other artists in Christian music like Michael W. Smith or Don Moen, and Amy Grant, Rebecca, St. James, all those different artists. So I've kind of had like this very diverse experience in music. And then I think as I got older, because I grew up in church, there was really no listening to what we would call secular music or worldly music. And so as I got older, I started listening to some of the older, like secular artists, you know what I mean? Like, of course, a lot of the R&B stuff, New Edition, and things like that. But I started getting into more like the pop sounds, like my what's his name, Paul McCartney,
Oh,
and Stephen Bishop, and just kind of listen to some of the older sounds. And so that's just how I developed. I got a chance to kind of watch my uncle, who's Marcus Cole. He was a part of the group Commission during the late 90s into the 2000s. I got to see him work with artists like Fred Hammond and Marvin Sapp and some of the other artists like Twinkie Clark and some of the big names, and just see him work in the studio and how they work with music. And so that it's kind of like sharpened my understanding of music production and just vocal arrangements and things like that. So again, that's the nutshell version, the summary.